Alright guys, welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. This is Ali Plays. And today we're going to be talking about patch 1.13. So patch 1.13 did get delayed an extra day. It's funny because I woke up thinking that I woke up expecting Plarian to actually mess up on this. So I was expecting there to be lots of issues, and then when I woke up I'm like, oh, of course there is. So regardless of everything that happened, 1.13 is here, and I think 1.13 was actually rushed, even though we've been waiting for like 3 months since the last update. I think 1.13 was rushed, and I think the reason why they did it is to take some pressure away from the Dracogate 2020 drama. So Plarian, we did not forget about that. And yeah, I don't think they even planned it to be released this week. And my evidence being is that they said artifact sorting would be in this patch, and it wasn't. So obviously it wasn't ready, so they took it out. And also the clan boss damage counter is not in it. And all the new champions that were supposed to be released are not here as well. So I've been told that the new champions will come out this Friday when the new fusion comes out, the Valentine's fusion. So yeah, I did not go over the patch notes. I think a lot of people have already done it. I think you guys seen it a lot. I was at work, too busy to do the patch notes to go over it. We'll talk about some of the stuff, but not everything. And we're going to be discussing the battle pass. So that's like the main thing that was released. Yeah, let's take a look at it. So the battle pass, I actually think is very good. If you look at the top row, so the top row is everything that you can get for free. So you don't have to spend any money to get it, and you have about 8 weeks to do so. So you can do the daily challenges, and then you get battle pass points, and these battle pass points can level up your pass to the next level. So once you hit the next level, you're going to get a level 2 reward. So that's going to be the full energy. First day is pretty good. You get that experience, you get that energy, and you get ancient shards. So they do have lots of rewards for free-to-play players. So let's take a look at it. They do throw you an offense set here, more experience passes, potions, gems, energy, clan boss keys, artifacts, brews. Honestly, I don't like the brews in there, but most games that do a free battle pass actually have a lot of empty slots. So it's actually not that bad. If you guys research battle passes, you can see that. Epic skill books. Yeah, some money. There is a champion. So you do get the Grave Chill Killer. We'll look at her later, but I think she is pretty good. They got avatars here. I don't really care much for avatars, to be honest. Superior potions, more artifacts, Void Shard. Oh, this looks pretty good. Yeah, we keep going until the end, where you get an epic. At level 90, you get an epic champion. He is actually pretty good. Ursine Ironhide. We'll go after him after. This is very good as well. You get 6-star, 6 pieces of 6-star speed set. That is very good. And at level 100, you get 1 legendary skill tome. I would love to see a Sacred Shard in there as well, but they haven't done it. Maybe they have done it for the premium pass, or how they call it, the gold pass. The gold battle pass. So weekly challenges are actually locked for people who don't pay. So weekly challenges basically give you more points to level up your battle pass by doing some missions. So they are pretty easy. I've actually already done this 150 debuffs in the arena. Upgrade champions in the sparring pit 25 times. This actually might be hard to do, surprisingly. You have a week to do it. So you got to use low level champions to beat that. Heal 100 times in campaign battles, including lifesteal, leech, and continuous heal. I think actually this might be hard if people do not actually try to go for it, because most people do not use lifesteal for farming. I think early game people do with Kale and Aethel. Plays 100 debuffs on dungeon bosses while beating them. Pretty easy. Sell 75 artifacts. That is pretty easy as well, especially with the dragon tournament happening right now. So yeah, you get more bonus points if you have the gold pass. You get rewards for week 1, and then there will be more later. So let's take the price of the gold pass. So for us, because we're in Canada, it's $34.99 for the gold pass. If you want to buy the gold pass plus 25 levels, it's $54.99. So the gold pass plus 25 levels is actually not even worth it, because I was told that you can actually complete the whole pass just with this offer. So do I think it's good value? I think it actually is, because one void pack more expensive than this whole gold pass by itself, and then you're not guaranteed to have any champions. So if you look at the rewards for the premium version of it, you do get the Frozen Banshee, which is actually a very, very good champion, one of the best rares in the game. You get this guy, Earth Sign Ice Crusher. He looks pretty good. You also get Grave Chiller, free to play. You get that Stag Knight. We can actually look at the champions here. Yeah, so Frozen Banshee, if you look at her, she has a double hit on her basic attack when ascended, and each hit has an 80% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff. So you have a 5% poison debuffer. So basically, you can even pull her from shards if you don't want to invest into the battle pass. So she has a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns on her basic attack if the target is under poison sensitivity debuff. We don't know how that works on clan boss yet. We have to test it out, but hopefully it does do a good job, and it's going to be a 100% chance of placing that 5% poison. So that is very good, especially if you have a counterattack team. She has a double hit, so she can place poison, 2 poisons on it. So she's very good for a rare. Also, Cruel Exaltation. She attacks one enemy, fills the turn meter of all allies by 2% for each debuff on the target. So if there are 10 debuffs, she's going to fill their turn meter by 20%. And that's a 3-turn cooldown when maxed out. And then also Frostblight, she attacks one enemy, has a 10% chance of placing a 25% poison sensitivity. So you want to use this ability before you use her A1 from what it looks like. And the chance increases by 10% for each debuff on the target, which is very good because that's what you need her to do in Clan Boss. And if you max this ability out, it's going to be a 3-turn cooldown. So her cooldowns are relatively low. And she looks like she can do a lot of damage. She looks like a good champion. And we also have Earth Sign Ice Crusher you can get from here. Is defense-based epic champion. I think he looks really cool. His basic attack can place block cooldowns for 1 turn on an enemy, and there's a 30% chance of placing it. Howling Gale is an AoE that can place a decreased crit rate, so that is a new debuff, and that's on a 3-turn cooldown, and you can have a 100% chance to place it. So I want to see how he scales if he's able to do a lot of damage with this ability. And then he has a passive ability that decreases the damage all allies receive from critical hits by 15%. And then he fills his turn meter by 5% whenever an enemy lands a normal, strong, or weak hit. So any hit that an enemy lands, he increases his turn meter by 5%. If somebody does an AoE, he's going to gain 25% turn meter. So he looks pretty good. Increase ally HP in all battles by 25%. So yeah, he looks like a good champion. That's a level 30 reward. And then you get Grave Chiller. Grave Chill Killer. Check her out. She has a basic attack that can place poison, so another poisoner. And it's a 5% poison as well, so that is very good. And that can be a 50% chance of landing it. She can place a weak version of decreased defense for 2 turns, but if the enemy has a poison on them, she places the big version of decreased defense, so 60%. So that is very good to have, 100% chance on a 3-turn cooldown. Let's look at her third ability, her A3. She attacks one enemy 2 times, and each hit places a 2.5% poison debuff for 2 turns. And then she plays a 5% poison debuff instead if the target is under a poison sensitivity debuff. So if you use her, Frozen Banshee and her together, they'd be a good combination from what it looks like. So they did give some options for people who don't have poison champions for Clan Boss. And I'm pretty sure people will find teams to use with these champions even in Ultra Nightmare. How come I can't click on this guy? There we go, Stag Knight. So Bannerlord did get a good champion. He's a support unit. He looks pretty cool. His shield looks pretty cool. Basic attack. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each has a 30% chance of placing a decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Honestly, I don't really like decreased speed, so this doesn't do it for me. He has an AoE that can place decreased defense and decreased attack for 2 turns. That is actually very, very good. Tomb Lord has an ability like that as well. So this guy can be used. He can be used in dungeons as well to help with the waves, and also you can probably use him in arena as well. Plays a 50% increased accuracy buff on an ally for 1 turn each time the ally has a debuff resisted by an enemy. And yeah, he looks pretty good. I think he has really, really high base speed. And then we got Ironhide here. So this guy is available free to play. His basic attack, he has a 35% chance of increasing cooldown of one of the target skill by 1 turn at random. That's actually pretty good. I think low-key that is a pretty good ability. So it's a 50% chance when maxed out. He has a double hit. Each has a 75% chance of decreasing turn rate by 5%. So this guy looks like he can be pretty good in Fire Knight. Decreases turn rate by 10% instead if target is under decreased attack debuff. And that's a 3-turn cooldown when maxed out and 100% chance of doing so. AoE has a 75% chance of placing a decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. So we got an AoE decreased attacker and on a 4-turn cooldown. But this guy requires way too many books. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this guy requires 17 epic skill books to max out. So that's going to be hard. If I get this guy, it's going to be hard to make a video on him. His passive ability, each hit has a 50% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 7.5%. Each hit also has a 50% chance of putting one of the target's skills on cooldown if the target is under a decreased crit rate debuff. Yeah, so it looks like you actually want to use skill books on this guy if you want to invest in him. But he requires way too many. 17 skill books is way too much. But he is technically free to play. And his damage is based on defense. Yeah, that is good. And let's check the last one. So this is only for people who buy the gold version of the pass. On the battle pass, you get the Warlim Frost King. So this guy is a defense-based champion. Legendary Void. So you do get a legendary Void. So basically you get a legendary Void for 30... Well, cheaper than the price of the Void packs. So it is very good. Damage based on defense, of course. So let's look at him. His basic attack has a 30% chance of placing a freeze debuff, and if you max it out, it's going to be 50% chance. And then he places a perfect veil buff on the ally with the lowest HP for 1 turn if the freeze debuff is placed. So this guy is going to be good in combo with champions like Excruciator or Candrafon, because Candrafon does more damage if he is under veil. Same with Excruciator. And he's also going to be good with Duchess Lilitu, because Duchess Lilitu decreases the damage that people take if they are under veil. He has an AoE on his A2. When ascended, he has a 70% chance, maxed out 100% chance of placing a decreased crit damage debuff for 2 turns. So that is a new debuff. And it places a 30% increased crit damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. So this guy looks like a very, very good champion for Arena. You can increase the damage that your Skull Crowns, your nukers can do. Also, I think he's good for dungeons as well. Ice Grave Armor places a 25% strengthen buff and a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. So right now, this guy's the only guy that can give your team a big defensive boost, so they're going to be very, very hard to kill. So for arena teams that are tanky, this guy's going to be good. So this is a good way to counter the speed meta. And it's going to be a 4-turn cooldown when maxed out. And increase ally defense in the arena by 30% is his aura skill. So yeah, very, very good champion. Yeah, I think the battle pass is well worth it. I just don't like the timing of it right after the Draco Gate situation. So me and the other content creators actually discussed this. A lot of us are actually going to go ahead and just get this battle pass. I know we're probably going to face a lot of backlash, but we're just doing it for content. We're not doing it to support Plarium. Yeah, we're not doing it to support Plarium, but after that, they're not going to be making any purchases. So just the battle pass, no packs or anything. So there's also another issue. The raid pass gives less experience now that the battle pass is out, because the battle pass is going to give you more experience. So I've actually told Plarium that the raid pass is worthless, and then they need to make ways, find ways to make it, to reward the people that support the game. So this is not a good way to do it with the battle pass. I think they should have been combined and made into like one subscription. I think that would have been better for the player base. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know down in the comment section. If you guys are going to get the battle pass, also let me know. If you guys found this video helpful or entertaining in any way, make sure you guys drop a like. And if you guys are new to the channel and you'd like to see, then consider subscribing. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.